Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Now in this one we're looking at, well, you may have seen it in the background of a few videos, these are the KÜRBIS BT bookshelf speakers from Thonet Vander. This is a 60 watt speaker system with Bluetooth. It uses a 5¼ inch driver as well as a 1-inch tweeter, and for such a small form factor these speakers produce amazing results. Now if you want to know how big these speakers are, if you're kind of thinking about some for your desk, these are 181mm by 222 on the front and then 276 in depth. Now personally for me these are a very good size. It kind of takes minimal space on the desk, but like I said before, what you actually get from these is actually ridiculous in terms of sound, and we'll get onto that later on in the video. So taking a look at the speakers themselves, on the front we've got a nice mesh grille that can be removed to reveal the 5¼ inch driver as well as the 1-inch tweeter. Now the 5¼ inch drivers are actually made of aramid fibre, which is where you get the yellow colour. This is actually the natural colour from this material. This allows extreme rigidity, but giving you a light and high performance. Now the 1-inch tweeter used in these speakers is actually made entirely from silk, which basically blew my mind as I read it. It allows you to reproduce the treble frequencies in a pure and crystal way. The suspending ring on the speakers also contains silk, which actually optimises the accuracy by allowing thin beats to pass. The speaker enclosure themselves is made of HDAA, which is high density acoustic absorbers. It's a natural polymer that when combined makes a more rigid and dense material than the NDF that you generally use for speakers. It also helps prevent vibration and leakage of sound as well for a more accurate, efficient and sustainable performance. Now included in the box you do get the UK figure of 8 plug for the power. You also get the international US adapter as well and a user manual. Now these speakers are paired together using normal speaker wire. You do get provided with a nice length, roughly 6 feet, which I found to be ample for my desk. You also do get an RCA to 3.5mm adapter, which is what I've been using to go from my PC to the speakers themselves. Now these have a frequency response of 50Hz to 20kHz, which is a very good range. If you still wanted a bit more depth, you can add the SW10 subwoofer that goes and works in conjunction with these speakers or any in the range to give you an additional depth if you want it. The speaker cable just connects as any normal speakers do. Literally just push the tab down and then put the speaker cable in. Also colour coordinated as well, so you can easily match it up. You also have the same hole on the main control unit. You've got the RCA which you use from your PC, as well as the 3.5mm connection if you'd like to use that. Then further down we can see the speaker out for our additional speaker, and then also the power plug where we're going to connect our power lead, and also the main power switch. Now the bottom of the speakers do have rubber mounts as well, so wherever you set them they're going to protect the surface they're on as well as the speakers themselves. And there we have our main controls for the speakers themselves. We've got the volume, the treble and the bass. The bass was actually on full as I got them out of the box, which I did like to see. Personally for me, the treble, I've never really moved it about very much. I've always usually had it at 12 o'clock and then maybe moved it over to 1 o'clock depending on the kind of song. Generally rock for me personally didn't have enough high, so I did adjust the treble slightly depending on what song I've actually been playing at the time. Now here's the Bluetooth. Literally turn it on and then the Bluetooth mode will be enabled for you to pair your device. Just go in with your normal pairing method on your phone. Select the T&V KÜRBIS BT and then it will pair and show a solid blue light for Bluetooth connectivity. Then you can play it as normal through your device without the hassle of all the wires. This is the back of the speaker mesh panels that you can obviously put on the speaker if you wish to. Now not only does this work to protect the actual drivers themselves, having a bit more protection as it's got a nice bit of padding on there, but it also obviously changes the appearance depending on your own style. Now if you don't want to use these you can easily take them off, but they just literally push in with 4 pins. Really easy to put on and off, so you can easily change them up. If you fancy a bit of a change around you can easily do so, and there's a nice bit of branding on the bottom as well to match. This is what I found myself doing when I was actually playing songs back, depending on what I said as I just mentioned earlier. A little bit more treble for some songs, but generally I've never really touched that. It did tend to be more songs that were kind of older generation, maybe it was more metal for me and rock that I did have a little bit of a tweak around with the treble, but most modern songs, EDM, dubstep, all that kind of stuff, pop, I never touched the treble. It was all spot on and perfect from the box. Now another great feature with the KÜRBIS BT is the power saving mode that will turn the speakers off when there's no signal running through, which is great for power saving of course. Now sometimes I did notice when I had my PC at a low volume but the speakers on full, they would shut down as there wasn't a very good signal going through the PC. But to counteract this, then basically just make sure you have enough volume on. During the day it doesn't make too much difference, but if you do want to run these at night, I'd recommend putting the speakers down to about half and then putting more volume on your PC to stop these going out, because sometimes if you have to put a certain amount of music through it may make you jump when they come back on. Before I received these speakers, I was using headphones to edit, and then I would go and use my hi-fi for music. But with these, because of the clarity that you get from these and the flat response, it's been great to edit with. You get a very realistic tone to what you're actually going to get at the final product. Now, to sum these up, these have been the best speakers I've used in a very long time. The best ones I've heard. I do love the black and yellow colour combination. It works really well with the white desk. Having the Bluetooth as well has been great if I've been getting ready to go out for somewhere. Just quickly whack on Bluetooth on my phone, play music through that. So much easier, especially if you use Spotify on your phone or something like that. You can easily get your tunes up and running as well. Makes it a lot easier than using the PC, for example. Editing, like I've mentioned, has been really good. Having that clarity and flat response for getting the realistic sounds back for the final product. And then that depth of bass when I've been just doing general work and just playing music. Having a nice kick in your chest is always nice to have. And like I said, if you want to add a bit more depth, you can get the SW10 sub to add even more kick to it. So if you're looking for a pair of bookshelf speakers and you want to get something that looks cool but also has a really great sound, then consider these. I will put all the links you need for these down in the description if you want to check them out. But a big thank you for Thonet and Vander for sending them out for me to review, and I'll see you all in the next video.